There's a persistent myth that women simply have a higher pain tolerance than men, and childbirth gets used as the go-to proof. Let's start by debunking the popular myth directly. Lab studies actually show women often report higher pain sensitivity, not less. So the real question becomes, how does labor actually get managed? The answer lies in a precise, temporary hormonal system unique to birth. This system activates gradually as labor itself progresses. The first major player in this system is called endorphins. Endorphins are the body's own natural, internally produced painkillers. They work on the same receptors that opioid medications target directly. As labor intensifies, endorphin levels rise steadily and significantly. By late labor, endorphin levels can reach remarkably high concentrations. This creates a natural, internally generated painkilling effect during contractions. Some researchers compare this effect to a natural internal form of morphine. Unlike medication, this system is entirely self-regulated by the body. But endorphins are only one part of this remarkable system. The second major hormone involved is called oxytocin. Oxytocin is most famous for triggering labor contractions themselves. But oxytocin also carries a lesser-known, powerful pain-dampening effect. This dual role makes oxytocin uniquely suited for childbirth specifically. Oxytocin is often nicknamed the body's natural bonding hormone. This same bonding hormone surges dramatically at the moment of birth. Many researchers believe this surge helps ease pain almost immediately afterward. Oxytocin release is also closely tied to feelings of trust and safety. That's part of why a calm, supportive environment genuinely matters during labor. Fear and stress can actually interfere with healthy oxytocin release. This is one reason emotional support during labor is so medically valuable. Now, let's introduce the third major hormone in this system. That hormone is adrenaline, the body's classic fight-or-flight signal. Early in labor, adrenaline can actually slow contractions temporarily. This may be an evolved safety pause if danger is sensed nearby. But near the very end of labor, adrenaline plays a completely different role. It can trigger a powerful surge known as the fetal ejection reflex. This reflex produces a burst of strength precisely when it's needed most. Together, these three hormones form a coordinated biological support system. None of these hormones work fully in isolation from one another. Their timing and interaction are precisely tuned across labor's different stages. This is why labor pain is often described as changing character over time. Understanding this system requires looking at pain perception itself more closely. Pain isn't simply a fixed signal, it's actively processed by the brain. This idea is explained scientifically by something called gate control theory. The theory suggests the nervous system can partially open or close pain signals. Endorphins and oxytocin both help partially close this pain gate. This doesn't eliminate pain, but it can meaningfully soften its intensity. Psychological factors play an equally important role in this process. Anticipated, predictable pain is processed differently than sudden, unexpected pain. Labor contractions follow a rhythmic, somewhat predictable pattern throughout. This rhythm allows the brain to prepare and adapt between each wave. Breathing techniques and focus methods can further influence this pain gate. This is part of why childbirth education and preparation genuinely help. The mind and hormonal system work together, not separately, during labor. There's also a fascinating twist involving how the pain is later remembered. Studies show many women recall childbirth pain as less intense over time. This effect appears strongest in the weeks and months following birth. Researchers believe oxytocin may directly influence this memory softening. This memory effect may serve an important evolutionary purpose, too. Softened memories may encourage future pregnancies and continued bonding. This doesn't mean the pain wasn't real or significant at the time. Labor consistently ranks among the most intense pain humans can experience. This is measured using a tool called the McGill Pain Index. On this scale, labor often ranks alongside amputation and severe trauma. This makes the body's hormonal coping system even more remarkable. Every individual labor experience varies significantly from person to person. Genetics, stress levels, and support systems all shape this individual experience. This is why comparing labor experiences between women can be misleading. Modern medicine has also developed powerful tools to manage this pain further. The epidural remains one of the most widely used modern pain options. Epidurals block pain signals directly at the spinal nerve level. This modern option didn't widely exist until relatively recent medical history. Before modern medicine, women relied entirely on the body's natural system. Traditional support often came from experienced midwives and community members. Midwifery knowledge was passed down through direct, hands-on experience. Many cultures developed their own unique labor support traditions over centuries. Some traditions emphasized upright positions to work naturally with gravity. Others emphasized calming rituals to support natural hormone release. Modern research now confirms many of these traditional instincts were scientifically sound. Calm environments really do support healthier oxytocin release during labor. Continuous support from a trusted person also measurably improves outcomes. This is part of why doulas have become increasingly popular today. A doula provides continuous emotional and physical support throughout labor. Studies show doula support can reduce perceived pain and complications. This reinforces just how much emotional state influences physical pain. Now let's look deeper at what happens biologically after birth itself. A massive oxytocin surge occurs the moment skin-to-skin contact begins. This surge helps ease pain while simultaneously strengthening maternal bonding. Endorphin levels also remain elevated for a period after delivery. This combination creates a natural, temporary sense of relief and calm. Breastfeeding itself continues to trigger ongoing oxytocin release afterward. This creates an extended biological loop of bonding and comfort. This entire hormonal system evolved over an extremely long time scale. Early human mothers needed reliable ways to endure and recover from birth. Natural selection likely favored mothers with more effective coping systems. Over generations, this hormonal response became deeply embedded in human biology. This explains why the system feels so consistent across human populations today. Of course, human childbirth carries unique evolutionary challenges too. Human babies are born with unusually large heads relative to body size. This is closely tied to our species' uniquely large brain development. This creates what researchers call the human obstetric dilemma. Walking upright limited how wide the human pelvis could safely evolve. This tension may explain why human birth is uniquely intense compared to other species. It also explains why the hormonal coping system had to become so powerful. Nature essentially compensated difficulty with an equally powerful support system. This balance reflects an elegant, if demanding, evolutionary solution. Understanding this changes how we should talk about labor pain entirely. It isn't simply about toughness, willpower, or higher pain tolerance. It's about a precise, coordinated biological system doing extraordinary work. This reframing matters for how society values and supports new mothers. Recognizing real biology helps replace outdated myths with genuine understanding. It also highlights why postpartum support remains just as medically important. Hormone levels shift significantly again in the days following birth. This shift can bring both physical and emotional adjustment for new mothers. This is part of why postpartum care deserves far more attention today. Modern research continues to reveal new details about this hormonal process. New studies explore how stress, diet, and environment shape hormone timing. This research helps improve modern maternal health care practices significantly. It also helps validate the very real intensity of the childbirth experience. This story ultimately isn't about pain tolerance being higher or lower. It's about an incredibly sophisticated system built specifically for this moment. Every contraction represents biology working exactly as evolution designed it. Every hormone surge represents millions of years of biological refinement. This system doesn't remove the difficulty, it helps the body meet it. That distinction matters more than most people realize. Strength during childbirth was never about ignoring pain entirely. It's about the body providing precise, timed biological support throughout. This is one of the most remarkable coordinated systems in human biology. It deserves recognition as genuine biological engineering, not simple toughness. This understanding can genuinely reshape how birth stories are told. It replaces outdated myths with real appreciation for the body's design. Every birth reflects this same extraordinary hormonal collaboration at work. It's a system refined by millions of years, activated in a single day. So the real strength of childbirth was never a myth. It was biology, precisely and beautifully at work.